Well, so we have to look at what the stories are on the front and back pages of the newspapers. I don't know, today I'm just loving your outfit. Where'd you buy it?
Do you want to pay for it?
Yeah.
Thank you. We're getting lots of your messages on WhatsApp as well. We're going to be sharing all the little details with all of you. But Roland is going to look at what's trending in the newspapers.
Okay, so let me look at what's trending in the newspapers. We have on the front page of the Daily Graphic, and we have Bring Back Afoko Now. Some MPP supporters cry out, and we're told that bus loads of New Patriotic Party supporters and sympathizers on Thursday besieged the party's headquarters here in Accra. They sought to demand the immediate reinstatement of the constitutionally elected chairman of the party, Paul Afoko. Prime Minister also wants students to pay bills. We've said that consistently in broadcasts of the news, not only this morning, subsequently as well. And we have I am satisfied with Ghana's performance, and I guess that should be good news for the businessmen and followers of the economy as to how the economy performs and government's expenditure is. The only fear is by next year, when we have an election year, just like past president, we could be spending outside the budget. We're hoping that we don't get that. The president has given those assurances, so at least we trust him on that subject as well. We have on the front page of the Daily Guide, Afoko Boys on rampage, and this is how it's been captured on the front page of the Daily Guide. A new wave of insurrection, okay, spearheaded by elements close to the suspended New Patriotic Party national chairman, Paul Afoko, and General Secretary Kwame Japon, was mounted on Thursday, with the insurrection insisting that Afoko is still the chairman. The second story, court stops NDC election. 3 branch executives of the National Democratic Congress at the Fantiakwa South constituency of the Eastern Region, Nana Tiafo II, Victor Kuboy, and Elizabeth Sarkodie, have placed a court injunction on the upcoming parliamentary primaries in the constituency slated for November 21. Mahama creates crisis. That's a story attributed to Nana. And the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party says, considering the economic hardships, rampant and widespread corruption, rising cost of living, and the high level of unemployment, it comes as no surprise to him that Ghanaian youth are hungry, and have given up any hope of the country offering them a bright future. The next story we're looking at is on the front page of the Weekend Finder, and is about women being aware of abuse of emergency contraceptives. And apparently, the worries of many women, getting pregnant after unprotected sex were addressed with the introduction of a wide range of birth control measures, including emergency contraceptives. But they're saying that there's a caveat you need to look at. Okay, so Union to petition Mahama over China uniforms, and the General Secretary of the Federation of Labour, Abraham Kunsin, is already indicating he would lead a delegation by the end of the week to petition the President, John Dramani Mahama, over the sidelining of local companies in the production of the free school uniforms for designated schools in the country. Telegraph, that's the General Telegraph, Afoko supporters invade MPP headquarters, and the power barge will arrive despite the hold-ups, according to the Power Minister. And we have the last paper we're looking at, BNFT, the Business and Financial Times, says it is Africa's leading provider of business information. Government could pay $21 billion in 5 years because there's growing uncertainty surrounding the country's increasing total public debt stock. And the Institute for Fiscal Studies says government will have to raise as much as $21.2 billion in the next 5 years to settle its domestic and external debts, going by the interest that we're paying currently per annum. SADA targets $100 million development bank, and we have illegal miners risk confiscation of assets.
All right, so that's some of the headlines you find in some of the major newspapers as captured by myjoyonline.com. I'm going to take you back to myjoyonline.com. We'll have to look at this particular story about adulterated food widespread in Ghana, and the KNUST researchers are saying something that we want to share a bit of with you. Food scientists at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology say the recent revelation about food adulteration is not restricted to palm oil. The phenomenon they described by scientists as food fraud covers other food items on the market which contain unapproved substances. I wish we could go down. So studies according to the scientists have confirmed granite paste fish powder,
Hey!
pepper. So that's the pepper powder
Okay.
and the
And
tomatoes
tomatoes.
powder, among other food items and processed products whose composition have been compromised. And I have, suspected the granite paste for such a long time because it doesn't always taste, depending on where you buy it from. And I don't know because where do you get it from? Sometimes you think by getting it from the real source, it will be the proper granite paste, but no.
Sometimes you get to use it and you feel that no, this one
You
there's something.
feel there's
wrong.
some powder in there.
Yeah.
There's some powder in there. You don't get the natural oil that when you're doing granite soup you would get. It's, I don't know.
That's frightening.
Everything is, and some of them would give you the excuse that is because they want to make more profits.
Now, according to a statement, Mama V, that's serious. There are no real tomatoes in the tomato powder. Apparently, they use what they call ntosaba, a plant we are still tracing. They are still tracing. They mill it, add food color, and maize chaff. For fish powder, it's revealed that low-grade fish is used. Hey. Okay. And they use things like Maggi and so on to make it taste better. Fish powder. Okay.
The point is, I would say for fish powder you can do it yourself, but yeah, I mean you can do everything yourself. It just takes a lot of time. Granite paste you can do yourself.
But
You can get
especially
a-
for working mothers, and especially when we're now having a lot more middle-level career women
Yeah.
and homes that are run on such basis. Sometimes you leave it to a second or third person
Yeah.
who comes to do the cooking, or now that people come to do cooking for you, they go and buy the things, and so you don't have time to supervise whatever it is. It's not as if the people who are cooking are putting things in there,
Yeah.
but they also may not have the mindset to check on the market what is real or not. It means that you
I
just
think we have to go back to doing everything from scratch.
I have
ourselves.
interacted with a number of market women though, and what they told me was that sometimes it's not them, it's even from the sources where they get the products. For example, palm oil. Before the palm oil comes from, let's say, areas in Kede, etc., or down, by the time it comes, it's already being added with the Sudan 4 dye.
Okay, so this is. I thought the blame was on the market women
Yeah.
because they go there and
Yes.
they ask for
They-
it.
yes.
And some of them,
The blame-
my understanding is they take it along and say, mix it for me.
The market women also perpetuate that, but they are saying that sometimes it is not all the market women who do that. So before the thing comes, I think it's also got to do with because the market women keep demanding it.
Yeah.
So from the source itself.
They also want to make it red so that
before
when they
bring it,
come,
so when
they would
come-
easily accept
So
it.
sometimes you're going to have a double portion of whatever it is that
Oh,
it's in the source or it's from the source, and then when it's brought to the market area, you have additional low quality of whatever product that's put in
Yeah.
there. That's very toxic for
Whichever
our
way,
body.
it's very scary.
Very toxic
We don't
to our
even know
body.
what to eat anymore. All right, let's check out this other story, which is on City FM Online. Spiritualist in court for defrauding teacher. I find this very interesting. In fact, that's why we decided to pull this up. A Kumasi Circuit Court, presided over by Mr. Samuel Ansa, has granted 80,000 Ghana cedis bail each to a spiritualist and a farmer for defrauding a teacher. So the spiritualist defrauding the teacher. Kwadwo Asare, who is 24, the spiritualist, and Kwadwo Nuro, a 48-year-old farmer, pleaded not guilty and are to reappear in court on November 17. So what did they do? Prosecuting Police Chief Inspector Felix Akowa said, Bartholomew Asante is a teacher residing at Asante Bekwai, while Asari and Inuro are relatives residing at Manso Odaho. So on May 7 last year, Asante was introduced to Asari by a taxi driver as a spiritualist who could double his money for him. During negotiation, Asante agreed to the deal and gave Asari 20,000 Ghana cedis to be doubled, but Asari failed to double the money. Chief Inspector Akowa said Asante did not trust the transaction and decided to quit, but was threatened by Asari to continue with the deal or lose family members. So Inro, on the other hand, posed as a beneficiary of the services of Asari, which encouraged Asante to increase the money. Oh gosh, Charlie, this day and age, somebody says, Charlie, bring 20,000.
And you know the gentleman,
and you're a teacher.
And you know the gentleman, Asante, raised funds to the tune of 56,000.
What?
from 20,000 he went.
But if you're able to raise 56,000 Ghana cedis, I mean, this is a lot of money. Even the 20,000
and they always say
is
the
so
teachers don't
much
have
money.
Well, we'll see how that goes as far as this is concerned.
Just invest it in something, and it will double for you.
It's good. It's good though. They're now before the police, and once they're in the grips of the police, they'll get to have a lot more. I guess punishment.
Listen,
for the crime that
if they say, okay, we'll pay you back, we don't have the money, we'll pay every month this amount. I mean, they've messed up your 56,000 Ghana cedis.
Messed it up.
And if you had invested it,
Messed it up. Ha.
Okay, let's do this final one from the BBC.
Oh, that's my man.
One of our favorite. I don't know. I think the whole of Africa is in love with Trevor Noah, but he had an emergency surgery. He started doing the Daily Show, I think, in September. Yes, so Trevor Noah, who took over as host of the Daily Show in September, has undergone emergency surgery to remove his appendix. Comedy Central cancelled Wednesday's live show and aired a repeat, but said the procedure went well, and Noah was currently recuperating from surgery.
If you ask me, there's a lot of discrimination against this guy because he was taking over from Jon Stewart.
Yes.
But you know, I've been watching the uploads on YouTube, and he's fantastic.
Really?
He is. He's fun.
How about ratings? Because in America, everything
he doesn't get a lot of ratings because they feel it's a beginning, and he's an African, so sometimes his accent and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
We hope
but he's got the whole of Africa behind him.
Yeah,
so
we hope that he gets accepted in the American public, because Comedy Central on that very channel is a huge thing for many people. Late nights Comedy Central. All right.
Okay. All right. So on that note, we're done here. If you're interested in any of the stories, you can just visit the website or go to the newsstands and grab the newspapers and read the stories in details. Now, let's look at some of the stories that you've been sending to us. This one says, thanks, Mama V and Roland. Good work done. It's Edison from Somanya. I don't know what Edison is saying. Okay. And this one says, good morning to you all. I love your outfits. You look great. And we say,
you mean the two of us or her?
Yeah, no.
Okay,
the
outfits.
message says outfits.
Plural.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to take yourself out,
please be watching, though.
All right. And this message says, good morning, love your show. We say thank you, but please, someone should tell Vodafone to take us customers serious. How can our network be off for 2 days and no one seemed to care? Yeah.
I guess I'm a Vodafone
Saka from Afram Plains. Afram Plains.
Afram Plains.
Tiase. All right. Saka. We'll see how. I mean, but Vodafone is listening and watching, so they get your message. Don't be frustrated, please. Frustration is the last thing that you need. So many messages going to the NPP as well. But let me read this. Kudos to you all guys out there. Keep up the good work. I love the station. Roland, I like your swag this morning.
Yeah.
It's from Pasarani
Logba Tota.
Is he your cousin?
No.
Okay.
Pasarani.
I thought maybe you asked him to send the message.
No. I don't ask you to send message. That's not fair. You mean I keep lobbying for messages? Okay. So Fred.
Roland has paid for the messages coming out for him.
Fred Potupe, our director, and then Ni Akrofi Smart Abe, as well as our sound engineer Dennis. They are saying that I paid. That's lobby. I didn't buzz people to send messages. What kind of thing is this?
No, you wired credit to them.
Okay, wired credit to you. This is serious.
And so this one says, Mama V and Roland, what a match. Nice couple you will be. I love you too. Mama V, Roland loves your outfits. It's a sign. Peter Inaduma say.
Peter.
Charlie Peter, there's more room for improvements. I've told him, he knows. But keep the messages coming through. Just keep it nice, clean. You can comment on any of the issues that you've seen. Maybe I can touch on some of the NPP messages that have come through. You can read this.
You have this one from Kofi Apa. From Apa. That'll be from
Teacher
Apam.
Kofi.
Okay, Teacher Kofi. From Teacher Kofi Apa. That'll be Apam, right? Afoko should be brought back, or NPP loses power again in 2016. That's your message. And we have this one. Read this one.
Okay, so what did MPP do to Afoko, or what the MPP did to Afoko shows they don't value their tradition. May Allah guide Mahama. Okay, so this is Kilus in Tamale playing it to his advantage, if you like.
Phyllis, I think you support the president, right?
If you want to send us a message, of course you can. You can do so via facebook.com/Joy News on TV, or you can join us on our WhatsApp platform, which is 056-0800,000. That's 800,000. Let's see, because we've been getting some inspirational messages, and we did get one this morning. I can read it. We'll take a pause, bring you sports, and then we'll continue with the show. Yeah, this one says, good morning, family. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. Charles Swindle. Whatever happens doesn't really matter. Your response or reaction will determine the outcome. Hashtag Ahomka Inspiration is from Enoch Ahomka Baini.
Oh, that's great. Enoch Ahomka Baini. We say thank you very much for that very inspirational message. And we hope you're inspired as well. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll have a lot more sports, and we're happy to bring you Baba Tando's edition.